Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome each and every one of you to another tutorial session with Daniel Hayford. You can call it questions and answers time with Daniel Hayford. We want to consider some multiple choice questions. Our best 10, okay, or the best thing we want to do is to understand the instruction. The instruction says we should select the correct answer from the options provided for each question. So many options have been provided, several options, up to 4 basically. And we're supposed to select the correct answer from the options for each question. So let's go on to the question number 1. This is the 3 major domains of the environment are, okay, so the option A is atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere. And natural fact, that is the answer, and I have actually selected that one first. The subsequent ones, you should do well to select your answer before I come in with the right answer. So the answer for number 1 is atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere. The instruction didn't say we should explain. Okay, so we'll do as we are instructed. No explanation in this module or this session. Now, the question number 2. The question goes like this. An ecosystem is defined as the interaction of ... In other words, we are supposed to complete a sentence. The first option is the constituent of the physical environment only. The B, living organisms with their physical environment. C, only the non-living component with each other, and D, none of the above. So which one is your best answer for question number 2? Okay, based on the discussions we've had so far, the ones we've had in the lecture hall, and the information that you have read. An ecosystem is defined as the interaction of, the best answer should be B, interaction of living organisms with their environment, their physical environment. Option C. Which of the following is a technique used by ecologists? A, quadrat. B, capture and release of organisms. Then C, radioisotopes, and then D, all of the above. All of the above. So quadrats, capture and release. Okay, capture and release, and recapture. You know, sometimes in examinations you see that the visitors will come and make corrections. So I have also really chosen to make a correction here. So capture and release and recapture of organisms. Okay. So is that a technique used by ecologists? Yes. The quadrat, yes. Radioisotopes, yes. And I think we mentioned that of radioisotopes when we were looking at the basic chemistry of life. So it means that all of the above is our answer for question number 3. All these are techniques used by ecologists: quadrats, capture and release and recapture of organisms, and radioisotopes. Now, what about question number 4? Question number 4. Population ecology is also known as, okay, so first option, horticulture, syncology, paleoecology, and microecology. Which one is your best shot? Is it the syncology, paleoecology, microecology, or horticulture? Horticulture is the best shot. The population ecology is also known as horticulture. Syncology will be community ecology. Community ecology. Now, question number 5. Question number 5. The type of survivorship curve characterized by many small offspring and high mortality at an early stage is type 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one is your best shot? Make your choice. Question number 5, make your choice. The best option here is C, type C, type 3, type 3, type 3 survivorship curve. Now, question number 6, the logistic growth model equation is, okay, the logistic growth model equation. We also have exponential. We have exponential model and we have logistic. So which one do you think is the logistic growth model? Is it the first one? Is it the second one? The third or the fourth? It's the second one. The second option is your best shot for question number 6. Question number 6. It is possible that when we meet in another model, we'll explain why it is so, or we'll do YouTube live. Then you can come in to explain why you agree or disagree with the options that we have chosen and those that we will be choosing. Question number 7. The term which refers to the continued growth of a population despite a decline in fertility is option A, population density, B, population momentum, C, carrying capacity, and D, birth rate. The question is the term which refers to the continued growth of a population despite a decline in fertility is. Which one is your best shot? A, B, C, D. I think the option B, the population momentum, should be the option. So in other words, population momentum refers to the continued growth of a population despite a decline in fertility. Then question number 8. Question number 8. The field of ecology helps us to understand. The field of ecology helps us to understand. The option A is how living things live in isolation. Number 2, how living things interact with their environment. C, only human interactions. D, the physical structure of Earth. So which one? The field of ecology helps us to understand. Is it how living things live in isolation? 2, how living things interact with their environment. C, only human interactions. And D, the physical structure of the Earth. Which is your best shot for that question? The field of ecology helps us to understand how living things interact with their environment. The field of ecology helps us to understand how living organisms interact with their physical or with their environment, including the physical environment. So living organisms interact with each other and also with their physical environment. Or we can simply say living organisms interact with their environment. And that environment may be both biotic and abiotic. 9. Question 9. Question 9. A species life history does not include Is it development, growth, photosynthesis, reproduction? Which one is your best shot? A species life history does not include photosynthesis. Does not include photosynthesis. Now, question number 10. Question number 10. Question number 10. The worldwide ecological footprint has A, already exceeded a sustainable level, B, decreased significantly, C, has not been measured, and then D, remain stable. So which one is your best shot? The worldwide ecological footprint has already exceeded a sustainable level. And that is why each and every one of us must get the fundamentals of the field of ecology and contribute our quota in educating our communities, our policymakers, and so on and so forth, so that we take the right decisions to help us check our demand on the environment. Now, question number 11. What is a biotic community? Then the answer begins this way. A biotic community is a ... So we are supposed to complete the sentence. The option A is a community of living organisms, B, community of microorganisms, C, group of environmental factors, and then D, group of non-living elements. Which one is your best shot? A biotic community is a community of living organisms. Living organisms. Yes, it is true. Microorganisms are also living organisms, but they are not. It's not every living organism which is a microorganism. Now, question number 12. Can a community contain two populations of the same species? Can a community contain two populations of the same species? So our answer here is no. When we are defining community, we are looking at two populations which are interacting, two populations which are interacting, and those populations belong to different species. So a population contains organisms of the same species. Community contains organisms of different species. So it means that our best shot here should be no. Now, which of the following is not included in the Amstead campus community? Amstead campus community. Maybe those of you who are not students of Amstead, you appreciate the fact that Amstead stands for Akantanapia Menkaya University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development. This is where we raise teachers who are supposed to be versed in entrepreneurship. And then we also raise people who are not necessarily going to be teachers, but will be powerful in the arena of entrepreneurship. And so if you are looking at entering the university soon, or you have a relative, a sibling, a friend who seeks to have a taste of the university education, now these days, the foremost university when it comes to TVET, when it comes to raising teachers with entrepreneurial play, then let them apply to Amstead, Akantanapia Menkan University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development. You can read more about that university from www.amstead.edu.gh. So which of the following is not included in the Amstead campus community? Option A, trees, B, cattle, C, coral reefs, and then D, cockroach. Which one is your best shot? All right. Our best shot should be coral reefs. Coral reefs. Now, question number 14. What does community ecology study? Okay, in other words, what is community ecology about? Community ecology studies is about A, individual organisms, B, functioning and organization of biological communities, C, inorganic matter, and D, organic genetic mutation. So which one is your best shot? Our best shot should be B, functioning and organization of biological communities. And I think I would like to spell the organization this way. S, the British way of spelling organization. Now, question number 15, which of these is or are used to divide community ecology? Okay, so our option A is habitat and biomes, B, food chains and food webs, C, genetic markers and reproductive enzymes, and then D, all of the above. Which one is your best shot? It should be A, habitat and biomes. Habitat and biomes. Now, question number 16. What is an organism's habitat? What is an organism's habitat? Option A, its genetic code. B, the place where it is usually found. C, its physiological structure. And D, its diet. So which one is your best shot for question number 16? What is an organism's habitat? An organism's habitat is the place where it is usually found, or where it lives out its life and reproduce, and so on and so forth. Now, question number 17, what does an ecological niche include? What does an ecological niche include? Option A is only biotic interactions. B, only abiotic interactions. C, both biotic and abiotic interactions. And D, only genetic interactions. So question number 17, which one is your best shot? Okay. What does an ecological niche include or consist of? An ecological niche includes both biotic and abiotic interactions. Okay. Both biotic and abiotic interactions as organisms strive to meet their needs for survival. Now, question number 18. What are intraspecific interactions? What are intraspecific interactions? So the option A says between individuals of different species. In other words, interactions. So we can start answering this question by saying that intra. So we can actually copy this one, and then I'll use it to formulate my sentence. So we can afford to say that intraspecific interactions, okay, occurs between, okay, I'm trying to reset the question between the. So what is it? We can remove the between here and say individuals, and then we can also have individuals. We can remove it and this to have another individuals. Now this place has different. That's why we have maintained the individuals, and then we can organize our answer into let's see, alphabetical order. Like this, the answers used to be like this. Okay, so assuming you've already made your choice, which one do you think should be your option? Interspecific interactions occur between individuals of different species, individuals of the same species, individuals and their environment, different ecosystems. 18. What is your best answer? Your best answer should be B, individuals of the same species. It's not going to be intraspecific, then to be interspecific, in which case the option would have been the A. But here we're looking at intraspecific, so it's an interaction. Okay, intraspecific interactions occur between individuals of the same species. Now, question number 18. Number 19. When does competition occur? When does competition occur? The A says when resources are limited. The B says when a shared resource is limited. The C says in the absence of predators. And D says during symbiosis. So which one is your best shot for question number 19? When does competition occur? Competition occurs, okay, so competition occurs when a shared resource is limited. When a shared resource is limited. Now, question number 20. What does the competitive exclusion principle state? Okay, now the options are that it states that species can share the same niche indefinitely. No two species can indefinitely occupy the same niche. Competition does not affect species, and then only one species can survive in a niche. So which one is your best shot for question 20? Question 20. Your best shot should be B. So if you did not choose B, it means you had it wrong. And so you have to do your correction. You have to look into your learning again. Now, question number 21. What results from resource partitioning? Okay, so which of the following result from resource partitioning? A, decrease niche specialization. B, increased niche specialization. Increased niche specialization. C, decreased biodiversity. And D, increased competition. Increased competition. So resource partitioning, what does it result in? Question number 21. Our best option should be B. It results in increased niche specialization. Increased niche specialization. Now let's go to question number 21 and perhaps 22. So the question number 20, no, let's go to question number 22 rather. Number 22, what does herbivore lead to in plants? A, no changes, various adaptations, decreased reproduction, and then increased predation. So which one? What does herbivore lead to in plants? The option is B, various adaptations in plants. Herbivore lead to various adaptations in plants. Now question number 23. 23. 3. What is coevolution? What sorry, what is coevolution? A, evolution in isolation. B, mutual influence on the evolution of two interacting species. C, evolution of one species. D, evolution caused by abiotic factors. So which one is your best shot? All right, what did you choose? Question number 23. It should be B. B, mutual influence on the evolution of two interacting species. Now, question number 24. And if we like, we can add the 25. 25. What influences predator-prey interactions? What influences predator? In other words, which of the following influences predator-prey interactions? A, amount of food available for the prey, climate changes, genetic mutations, human intervention. Right? Our best option should be A, amount of food available for the prey. I know you can explain this, but if you, in case you do not have your explanation for these things, then you have to do further research. Ecology is something that you need to enjoy learning. It's a great course, one of the best sciences that you can ever get. Question number 25, what is a population cycle? What is a population cycle? And the question is, a population cycle is a ... So what do you know about population cycle? The option A is continuous increase in population. B, roughly periodic variation over time in population size. C, continuous decrease in population. And D, sudden extinction event. Sudden extinction event. So question number 25, what is your best option for it? All right, so roughly periodic variation in variation over time in population size. So B should be your best option. B. Now let's go to question 26. Question number 26. What does Bartesian mimicry involve? What does Bartesian mimicry involve? The first option is two species with one coloration and defense. Two species with one coloration and defense. B, one species with one coloration and no defense. C, two species with no coloration or defense. And then D, one species with no coloration but with defense. So question number 25, what is your, number 26, what's your best option? Your best option would be, what? Is the A? Okay, the A, two species with one coloration and defense, or B, or C or D. I think it should be B, one species with one coloration and no defense. Okay. One species with one coloration with no defense. Now, what about Mullerian mimicry? What is Mullerian mimicry? The option is one species with one coloration and no defense, two species with one coloration and defense, no mimicry involved, one species mimicking an abiotic factor. So your best option should be B, two species with one coloration and defense. So I think we are not supposed to explain, we are supposed to choose the correct answer, and that's what we are doing today. Now, but still remember that there are examinations where you'll be required to explain the choice that you make. So in that case, you are supposed, when you choose B, you are supposed to choose why you think B is the correct answer. So that's why you always have to read the instruction so that where you are required to explain, you will remember. Now, question number 28. Probably we'll add the 29 to it. What does symbiosis include? A, only mutualism. B, only parasitism. C, mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. And C, only commensalism. What's your best thought? This is your simplest question ever. Commensalism, mutualism, and parasitism should be the best option. Option C. What is mutualism? Now, the question is, I started the answer for you. Mutualism is a symbiotic relationship which is dot, dot, dot. Okay, so the first option is harmful to both partners, beneficial to both partners, with no impact, and then say harmful to one partner, right? So your best option should be beneficial to both partners. No matter how selfish the species involved in mutualism may be, both partners benefit. Both partners benefit. Number 30. What is a key? But anyway, did you notice that I tried to explain the answer? All right, that tendency is there. Anyway, in my case, because I'm doing two, that's why sometimes I forget myself and I explain. But still, I need to discipline myself and then do in accordance with the instruction. Now, so question number 30. What is a keystone species? What is a keystone species? Then the A is saying that a keystone species is a species dot dot dot. Okay, so what is the continuation? How do you complete that sentence? A, it says that with high abundance. B, with a disproportionate impact on diversity. C, with no impact on diversity. And D, that is always a top predator. So which one should be our best answer? A keystone species, okay, it should be one word. A keystone species is a species with a disproportionate impact on diversity. Right. Number 31, what is a trophic structure? Okay, so the question begins the answer for this. A trophic structure is a dot, dot, dot. So option is a group of similar genes, representation of the feeding relationship in a community, classification of habitats, the type of plant community. So option 30, question 31, what is your option? B. A trophic structure is representation of the feeding relationships in a community. Feeding relationships in a community. Now, 32, question number 32. What does species composition refer to? What does species composition refer to? The option A says the genetic makeup of species, different species in a community, the diet of species, the physical structure of species. Which one is your best shot for question 32? Okay, so species composition refers to different species in a community. Different species in a community. Question number 33. What is species diversity? Option A, only the number of species. B, only the genetic diversity. C, relative abundance and species richness. And then D, only the physical appearance of species. So which one is your best shot for question 33? Question number 33 is supposed to be C. Species diversity, okay, refers to relative abundance and species richness. Relative abundance and species richness. Now, question number 34. What does the term habitat refer to? What does the term habitat refer to? Option A is an organism's genetic material. B, the place where an organism is usually found. C, the diet of an organism. D, the evolutionary history of an organism. Your best shot is that a habitat refers to the place where an organism is usually found, or a place where an organism lives out its life. Now, the next one is what are interspecific interactions? What are interspecific interactions? The options are interactions within the same species. Okay. Interactions within the same species. So is the first one. The second one is interactions between different species. C, interactions within an individual's genes, and then D, interactions between different ecosystems. So our best option should be B, interactions between different species. That's our question number 35. What about question number 36? What is character displacement? What is character displacement? What is character displacement? Option A structural change due to resource partitioning. B, a genetic mutation. C, a behavioral change. And then D, an increase in population size. All right. So our best option for question 36 should be A, a structural change due to resource partitioning. Now, question number 37. What does community ecology deal with? What does community ecology deal with? A, factors affecting individual organisms, factors affecting species composition and distribution of communities. That's B. C, factors affecting biotic element, and then D, factors affecting genetic mutation. So which one is your best for 37? The best should be B. B. Community ecology deals with factors affecting species composition and distribution of communities. Now, question number 38. What is mimicry? What is mimicry? The option A is a form of camouflage. B, a form of defense mechanism. C, both a form of camouflage and defense mechanism. D, a form of predation. Ladies and gentlemen, what is mimicry? 38. Your best shot. Okay, yeah, it is true. So the option A, for example, a form of camouflage, it is true. It's also a form of defense mechanism. So our best option should be B. B, both a form of camouflage and defense mechanism. Now, what about option 39? Question number 39, not option, question number 39. What are intraspecific interactions? What are intraspecific interactions? The first one is interactions between different species. Interactions between different species. B, interaction between individuals of the same species. Interaction between individuals of the same species. And then C, interaction between different ecosystems. And then the interaction between genetic materials. So what are intraspecific interactions? I think this question has been repeated twice. It has been repeated twice. Intraspecific has to do with intraspecific, so interactions between individuals of the same species. Individuals of the same species. Question number 40 means we have just 20 more questions to go because we are dealing with 65 questions. Question number 40, we'll add the 41 to it. What is a food web? A, a single food chain. B, an interaction of multiple food chains. B, a genetic sequence. And then D, a type of habitat. So what is a food web? A food web is an interaction of multiple food chains. And which of the following is not a factor contributing to a biological community? Diversity, abundance, interaction, and photosynthesis. Which of the following is not a factor contributing to a biological community? Question number 41. Question number 41. The factors that we look out for are diversity, abundance, and interactions. To take out the photosynthesis. And how will you explain that? Not now. When we meet again, do well to explain. Now, question number 42. Primary succession typically occurs. Primary succession typically occurs in which of the following environments? A, forest with mature trees. B, newly exposed rocks without soil. C, established grassland. D, freshwater lakes. Freshwater lakes. So primary succession occurs. Primary succession typically occurs in which of the following environments? Forest with mature trees, newly exposed rock, rocks without soil, established grassland, and then freshwater lakes. So 42, which one is your best shot? Your best shot should be B. Newly exposed rocks without soil. Now, let's go to question 43. Let me mount it where. I think where maybe, yeah, okay, so let's go on. Question number 43. Which species is likely to be the first to colonize barren rocks during primary succession? So there are four different groups of organisms. Which of them will be most likely to colonize barren rocks during primary succession? A, oak trees, grasses. B, C, lichens, and then D, shrubs. Our best option should be the lichens. Now, let's go to 44. Secondary succession occurs when Okay, secondary succession occurs when, so we are supposed to complete a sentence. So how will you complete that one? Which option? A new batch of land is exposed. Okay, so secondary succession occurs when a new batch of land is exposed. The soil is already present, but the previous community was destroyed or has been destroyed. And then C, a climate community is when a climate community is established. C, then D, new species are introduced by humans. Okay. The secondary succession occurs when soil is already present in the community, but in an area. Okay, when soil is already present in that area, but the previous community has been destroyed or has been destroyed. Now, question number 45. Question number 45. The endpoint of ecological succession in a given climate and geography is called a primary community, pioneer species, climax community, and intermediate community. So question 45, what's your best option? C, climax community. The endpoint of ecological succession in a given climate and geography is called climax community. Now, question number 46. Which of the following best defines a food web? Which of the following best defines a food web? A linear sequence of who eats whom. B, a network of interconnecting and overlapping food chains. Graphical representation of energy flow. The process by which nutrient cycle in an ecosystem. Our best option for question 46 should be B, a network of interconnecting and overlapping food chains. What about question 47? In a grazing food web, the chain begins with what? Okay, so it seems like it begins with . So what do we have? Option A, it decomposes. B, try to C, producers, and D, consumers. So what would be your option? Option C begins with producers, primary producers. Now, question number 48 and 49. 48 is, which trophic level do decomposers occupy? A, first trophic level. B, intermediate trophic level. Okay, and then C, last trophic level, and then D, second trophic level. So it means our full sentence could be like this, could be like that, could be like this, could be like that, and then to do the right and yeah. So which one is your best shot for question number 48? C, decomposers occupy the last trophic level. They occupy the last trophic level. They feed on the top predators, for example. no matter how strong you are, one day decomposition will surely catch you. It's natural. It's natural. Every nutrient we've taken from the soil or from this community in which we live will return it back one day soon. Remember biogeochemical cycle. Question number 49. The 10% rule in ecological pyramids refers to the 10% rule in ecological pyramids refers to A, 10% of species in a community being invasive, 10% of the energy being passed on to the next trophic level, 10% of the land being used for agriculture, 10% of the nutrient being lost in the soil. So what is your option? B. Right, 10% of the energy being passed on to the next trophic level. Now, for question number 50. The phosphorus cycle is an example of air. Okay, so it means you're supposed to complete the sentence. So A, gaseous cycle, B, biotic cycle, sedimentary cycle, and then aquatic cycle. So the phosphorus cycle is part of the sedimentary cycle. And I know you can explain that if you can't, you can perform your own research, or let us meet during the next or one of the subsequent sessions to explain our answers. Number 51, question number 51. Nitrogen fixation is primarily performed by A, plants, animals, C, bacteria, and D, fungi. Which one is your best shot for 51? Your best shot should be C, bacteria. The nitrogen fixation is primarily performed by bacteria. Why should we say that? Or is predominantly performed by the bacteria? What is your explanation for that? You can leave your comments. Which process involves the conversion of nitrate back to nitrogen gas? Nitrification, denitrification, ammonification, and nitrogen fixation. Question number 52. What is your option? Okay. The process that leads to conversion of nitrate back to nitrogen gas is denitrification. 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 So the option B is our best shot. Option B is your best shot. Now, question number 53. Which type of succession occurs in areas where a forest fire has destroyed the vegetation but left the soil intact? Primary succession, secondary succession, tertiary succession, primal succession. Which type of succession occurs in areas where a forest fire has destroyed the vegetation but left the soil intact? In this case, it means that the disturbance, that which caused the disturbance, is forest fire. 53. What is your best shot? B, secondary succession. Secondary succession. Now, 54. Which of the following is not a characteristic of invasive species? Which of the following is not a characteristic of invasive species? A, introduced to non-native habitats by humans. Okay, so it means that invasive species are introduced to non-native habitat by humans. B, rapid population growth. C, the dependence on natural enemies, and then D, ability to establish themselves at the expense of native species. Which of the following is not a characteristic of invasive species? A, introduced to non-native habitat by humans. B, rapid population growth. C, dependence on natural enemies, and then D, ability to establish themselves at the expense of native species. Which one is your best shot? For question number 54, C, right? Dependence on natural enemies. Question number 55. We combine 55 and 56. Which of the following factors is a biotic one? Which of the following factors is abiotic? It's abiotic. Which of the following factors is abiotic? A, bacteria. B, fungi. C, temperature. And then D, grass. So which one is abiotic? Temperature is abiotic. The rest are biotic. Living. Now, 56. 56. A climate community in certain regions may consist of which dominant tree species? Pines and firs, oak and hickories, birch and aspen, palm and coconuts. Which one is your best shot for 55? Is B. Is B. Oaks and hickories. So let's go to 57 and 58. It's possible we can combine them. Which term refers to the conversion of ammonium into nitrate? Okay, so conversion of ammonium into nitrate, ammonification, lignification, nitrification, nitrogen fixation. So which term is the best? This nitrogen fixation and nitrification, ladies and gentlemen, the best shot should be C, nitrification. Now, which of the following is a reservoir in the carbon cycle? Soil, ocean, atmosphere, all of the above. So your option for this one, yes, so soil, oceans, and atmosphere are all reservoirs in the carbon cycle. So answer should be all of the above. All of the above. Now, 59. Acid deposition occurs when the dot. So what should be your best option to complete the sentence? A. Nitrogen oxides combine with water vapor. B. Carbon dioxide dissolves in water. C. Phosphates are released from rocks. D. Sulfur compounds react with oxygen. Okay, so which one is your best option for 59? 59, question number 59. It should be A. Should be A. Option A, or this one. I said that because it's supposed the statement there is supposed to continue the sentence. The best way is to let the statement start with small letters, and we can even choose to, or I think the best way again is to order them in alphabetical order. So let's make it this way. Let's see what will happen. Now your best shot has become option B. So acid deposition occurs when nitrogen oxides combine with water vapor. The question is now standard. Question is now standard, and it's good. Now, what about question number 60? What is the primary cause of global warming? A. Increased volcanic activity. B. Deforestation. C. Burning of fossil fuels. And then D. Overgrazing. So question 60. What should be your best shot? Burning of fossil fuels. Burning of fossil fuels. Then 61. Eutrophication in aquatic ecosystem is primarily caused by eutrophication in aquatic ecosystem is primarily caused by. Let me push this one down. Let me push it down so that we can see the question properly. So we can even combine two of them. So eutrophication in aquatic ecosystem is primarily caused by A. High levels of dissolved oxygen. B. Nutrient input from fertilizers. C. Overfishing. And then D. Invasive species. Our best shot is which one? Which one is your answer? Question number 61. Eutrophication in aquatic ecosystem is primarily caused by nutrient input from fertilizers. Nutrient input from fertilizers. And then the question is the question itself standard? No. So let us do this. I think we can do it just once by highlighting all of them and choosing lower cases. And then our next pen should be to arrange them in alphabetical order. So it means that your best shot has now become C. Eutrophication in aquatic ecosystem is primarily caused by nutrient input from fertilizers. C. Now, what about 62? The endpoint of ecological association in an area is known as. So this one, we are supposed to complete a sentence. All right. So what will we do? We will first change this one to small text like this. And then by now you must have finished choosing your answer. So question number 62, what is your best shot? The endpoint of ecological association in an area is known as, I think this, we have had a similar question like that. It's supposed to be climax community. Climax community. So as it stands now, it is C. But what if I arrange the question, the options properly? Then it becomes A, climax community. So the endpoint of ecological association in an area is known as climax community. Now, let's go to 63 and 64. What is the main function of autotrophs in an ecosystem? A, decomposing organic matter. B, consuming other organisms. C, producing organic substances. And then D, fixing nitrogen. So you know autotrophs, their main function is production of organic substances. So producing organic substances would be your best answer. Then which process directly affects the water cycle? Which process directly affects the water cycle? The option A says respiration, B says photosynthesis, C says evaporation, and D says nutrition. So which one is your best answer ever? Okay, 64. Your best answer is what? Which process directly affects the water cycle? Respiration, photosynthesis, evaporation, and nitrification. Evaporation. Evaporation, that's it. More. Evaporation is the key and the best option there. Then question number 65, which is supposed to be the last question of the day. Which of the following best describes a food chain? Which of the following best describes a food chain? What is your answer? A, the interconnected food chains in an ecosystem. B, the sequence of events where one organism eats another. And C, the overall energy flow in an ecosystem. And D, the cycling of nutrients between organisms. So which of them is your best shot, your best answer? Question number 55. Your answer should be B, the sequence of events where one organism eats another, and that organism also gets eaten, and so on and so forth. All too soon, we have come to the end of our exploration of about 65 multiple choice questions. I hope by this singular act of mine, I have facilitated your learning in one way or the other. Stay blessed and in touch. Bye.